everyone, welcome to the smart algorithm. Today we will learn about the custom exception in Java, how custom exception work, and when we need these type of exception. Okay, so let so Java covers almost all type of exception. We can handle our throwing exception through already predefined classes, but sometimes we need to create custom exception. So first of all, let's discuss about what is exception. So in previous video we already discussed about the exception, what is exception, how many types are there. So you can check out my video. So now let's understand what is exception. So exception is an unwanted or unexpected events which occur during the execution of a program at the runtime. So that disturb the normal flow of the program's instruction. In Java, there are two types of exceptions. So that is a checked or unchecked exception. We already covered in last video. So in this video, we will talk about only uh, custom exception. So let's see how we can create custom exception. So in last video, we cover what is checked exception and unchecked exception. You can check out my video. So let me create one class. Um, I'm creating one class. So I will name it my exception. So that will be my custom exception. So let me extend the exception class. Okay. So I'm just creating its public my exception constructor. I am taking one string message here and I need to call super method super method and I will use my this custom exception in my code. So this is exception test. Here I'm creating an exception. Sorry, I'm creating a scenario which throw an exception. So I've printed one step one, and I've taken two variables a and b. So after that I'm printing again step two, and in 10th line I'm dividing uh, a from b. So this line will create exception because I'm dividing a 10 to 0. So if we divide something from 0, so in that case Java throw exception. Let me run this code. So as you can see here, it is printed step 1, step 2 here, but at this line it is showing here uh, arithmetic exception by 0 divided by 0 exception main, and line number also showing 10. So at 10th line it is throwing exception. So I'm going to handle this exception. So I'm just writing this um, this line try catch block, try and catch. So already it is exception class here. I can print here what is the exception. So let me write the code e dot get message. So it will that let me write this. It is showing error because result variable in try block, and I'm writing here I'm using a result variable outside that. So let me enter this line here. So now we will run this code again. So again, it is not throwing exception. It is just handling this exception. It is just showing the message that error occurred. What is error is divided by 0. This is the error. Okay, it didn't print this line because. So now we will use our custom exception that we have created, which name is my exception. So this was the scenario where we were handling our exception. So we will use our custom exception in some scenario. Okay, so let me write this again here, and I'm commenting this line. We are not using. We also not and also not using this result keyword. So in some scenario we can use our exception like if A greater than B, then in some scenario we can throw our exception. Throw my exception. My exception, and I'm giving the error message that you cannot. Suppose we want to handle like B cannot be 0. So like if B equal 0, so we can write that you cannot give 0 value for B. Okay, because it will throw exception and it will break our code. So if we divide 10 from 0, it will throw an exception. So we are saying to user that you cannot give the 0 value for B. So now let me write this exception here, and our code will run perfectly. So let me run it, and it is saying that step 1 step 2 you cannot give 0 value for B. So this is how we can create our custom exception, and this is how we can use our custom exception in our code. So there can be multiple scenario. uh, we can change the message. Just we can change the message, and we can use our custom exception. Like we can type here one more scenario, like if A is less than 0. So we can also throw the exception, this custom exception, with another message like you cannot give less than 0 value for A. Okay, so let me give this value to -1. So this time this will not throw, and this condition will be true. So system will throw this exception. Let me rerun my code, and it is okay. Sorry, you cannot give 0 value for B. Okay, because it is already true. So let me give this value 10. So you can now system our program is printing you cannot give less than 0 value for A. So this is how we can create our custom exception, and we can use our custom exception. So thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel as it is new channel. Please support me. Thank you. Thank you everyone.